Welcome back to Make It Mental, everybody. Here is the latest update on my Red Cat Racing short course truck turned polar climber, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be a little different bag of worms altogether. Those of you who are new to my channel or first time clicking on a video, happen to see something like this, what you got here, I had a quick snap-on cordless drill failure a while back. Parts in it are still good. Some parts in it were still bad. So here's the motor that's still good. The transmission is still good. I've adapted it, shortened up the shaft about 3/4 of an inch to accept a custom rally gear or a differential rear gear of an old rally car that I had that meshes fine with the Red Cat Racing spur gear, which happens to be a .8 module as far as I understand. And it seems to be looking pretty happy at this moment in time as I rotate it freely. So everything seems to be hunky-dory. I need to add I want to add a brace here, but I'm a little bit concerned because my servo is going to be right in the way unless my servo happens to duck up underneath here, which is a possibility. I don't know just yet. I haven't tested that far yet. I just want to give you guys an update what's going on so far. So this is a handle or a female threaded end where if you wanted to screw in a handle to your cordless drill so you can push extra hard into like concrete or steel, there is that option. Also, that same option is on the underside that cannot be seen. Gear selector. All right, so we can change speeds between 500 RPM and 1700 and some change RPM. I don't know what this gear ratio is actually going to do for the overall vehicle, but it is reduced again in here and reduced again in here. I've locked the differentials front and rear. So everything is looking hunky-dory. I did go ahead and order a brushless motor with a 5mm shaft. We'll see. But my primary concern when I started doing this is I was worried because I ordered a brushed E.S.C. I wanted to go brushed first just to see how it is, and I'm probably still going to go that route. But it was a 60 amp E.S.C. and it was rated for 300 amps burst. And I got to looking at it, and it seemed kind of small. It seemed like something I would use in my 1/24 scale vehicle, just based upon the size. And then I took a closer look at the drill motor that it came out of, and it's actually a 25 amp, 18 volts direct current, right? So that's, granted, it was more voltage to run this motor, but it was less amperage. So I'm still a little bit iffy about this situation. I want to try it out with a 2-cell and just see what happens. The hard part is going to be getting this motor started. Once it's started, it won't consume as much electricity. It's getting it rotating and moving that's going to be the difficult part. Once it's moving, it's going to be pretty much free spinning because the vehicle weighs probably less than 10 pounds with a battery pack and everything in it. I'm going to guess it's less than 10 pounds, and these big tires are going to go back on it. So it shouldn't take much once the initial throttle is applied. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, it takes a lot of revolutions to get, as you can see the heat fins in there. It's going to take a lot of rotations to get this to turn 1 RPM. So we'll see what's going to happen there. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy these series of videos and get inspired to do something creative. Don't throw your crap away. Take apart the good stuff. Put it in organized bags or boxes or whatever the case may be. Save it for a later situation and may come in handy later on.